Say hi. Say hi. Peace. I just got an MPC-3000, and my whole plan with that was to MIDI that to my SP-1200, because what I wanted was a little additional sample time without having to go through all the trouble of like using one of those SP-2000s or those, sorry, pardon self, those S-2000 Akais that I was using, like the rack samplers. You know, something friendly. I was a master on the 62 back in the day, but it's been a real long time since I've touched it, and I've got a lot of help. By the way, peace and thank you to everybody out here who's offered me advice. I got the LCD screen or whatever it is, the blue screen from Chris, I believe his name is, on eBay, and I was referred to that by Philly. A whole mess of people referred me to that screen. I got that. I got an external. It wasn't pricey, but it was. I didn't. You know, I wasn't planning on buying this much stuff after the fact, but it was, you know, it was 150-ish bucks, something like that. And then there was an external SD card reader that was a little greater than 150 bucks. And I got that, you know, SCSI external SD card reader too. Just gonna whip something up today for fun. You know what I mean? Using the skills that I've learned how to MIDI things over, some basic sample editing. You know me, man. Hey. By the way, this is my son Link. He's got an older sister named Journey who's 4.5. He's about 2.5 now. You know, he loves hanging out in the studio with me and chilling. You know what I mean? That's one of his that's one of the ways he gets down, man. He likes hanging out with his dad in the studio. You know. Anyway, so you know, so the whole goal here was to take the 3000. You know, learn how to MIDI it, edit a sample on it, learn how to filter out a sample on it, you know, bring that over. So that way it could basically function like an S950 used to with the SP-1200, but it would be easier to use, but it would still have that old, you know, that old school MPC sound, which I feel like it does. You know, so far I'm extremely happy with the MPC-3000. I got the LCD kit on the way. I'll do a video when I install that, and then I've also got another kit on the way for the SD card reader. I got the SCSI SD on the way as well. Right? Thank you everybody for your suggestions. Much appreciated, man. I'm gonna get into this right now. I've only got about an hour and a half of time, and my son doesn't look like he's gonna be beat for letting me fully concentrate. Right? I'll throw in a little dope sample surprise. What I like doing, man, is I like taking them old school joints everybody knows. You know, they're not limited to this, but everybody knows. I got the whole collection more and more and more. Everybody knows like the ultimate beats and breaks, and you know there's a whole bunch of old-fashioned breaks that came from that time period that aren't on those collections, right? So I like to take something everybody's familiar with, like this meteor sample, just flip it upside down a little bit, and then add something you're not expecting to it, you know, to just change that vibe, but keep it hip-hop. I like to keep my shit a little offbeat, a little awkward, you know, just add some character and some flavor, and just let you know I'm having fun when I'm doing my shit. It's not gonna be the first time you've ever heard anybody use Cordova. Guys, I'm only taking, when I speed it up, proximity of maybe 2 seconds of this record. Y'all might remember the main source, Breaking Atoms. You know, when you're dealing with sample culture, it's all about taking those artistic parts out of records, man. And you know, one sample. Let me tell you something, man. One fractional of a second sample could weigh more than a 5-second sample, depending on what the hell it is. You know what I mean? Ask DJ Premier, ask Pete Rock if one teeny little sample, you know, can't overpower somebody's whole day of sampling if it's that right sound, you know? So what I try to do is I try to find a couple of those real right sounds to add some character to the track, especially if I know I'm going to be using some music that's already been used in the past, right? I'm not a complete expert on this MPC-3000 yet, but I've gotten some sounds in the machines here, and I'm going to try to get busy with some quick sequencing here in this SP-1200, you know, just kind of keeping it raw, keeping it funky. You know, I'm an MC, and, you know, that's what I do much better than this. So when I listen to a track and I'm making it, I know I'm on the right track if I start, you know, kind of hitting rhymes in my head to the beat. And, you know, with this, you know, that's my basic minimum requirements for me just not deleting this shit on site. So you see my host of normal, beautiful SP-1200 drums, but also, you know, I want to point out that I've got these sounds coming from the MPC, already MIDI'd handily over here. And this baby is being sequenced inside the SP-1200 because, you know, I know how to use this sequencer, but I like this swing on this one a lot better. You know, and at first it was sounding a little funky. In order to get that swing right, I actually had to go to this swing option on the SP-1200. You just press this, and then after you press that, it brings you to a swing that's 50%, right? And you can take your choice if you want to, you know, swing it up a little higher, man. And that's what the SP-1200 is famous for. It sounds great. All right, y'all. I had fun. I gotta bounce. I knew I couldn't have a real long session, but hopefully you enjoyed what I put together. You know, just quickly and on the fly. And I'm just gonna keep getting busy with this thing. In a couple of weeks, you're gonna be seeing some tangible results. But more importantly, I heard the requests. I heard the requests for tutorials and that kind of thing. So we're gonna start getting more detailed and more specific. I'm gonna get that screen installed, and I'm gonna get a couple other things in place. Yeah, so the spot's definitely looking a little bit more cleaned up and fresh. And, you know, I got a nice little spot for all my discs of all different types of machines, you know. Keep them all in nice little clean seal areas. And some more backup boxes, you know, in there. Nice little digital outboard recorder if I ever need it. And, you know, nice little clean setup. So it's a good start. You know, some of my records from the past up there. You know, this was the big boy that a lot of people remember. All right, y'all. We out.